Good morning. This is Greg. What's the matter, Greg?
Why have you got that mask on? It's Halloween, Jason. You don't need to scare me like that.
I know it's Halloween, Greg. That's why we're here. I thought we needed a new location to do it in a bit spookier for Halloween.
So it's not green screen then, no?
No, it's real.
Oh, right.
We're here, Greg. Yes, this is Tea and Toast on a very special occasion. It is Halloween and the internet is going to be full of everyone's Halloween special videos, Greg, so I thought we couldn't be left out. We need to do our own.
I say it's weird though, isn't it?
What?
That we've got a table in front of us and we're leaning on it in the middle of this, we know, spooky place.
Well, I searched for the location, Greg, so you felt at home. On today's episode, Greg, do you remember Ghostwatch?
No.
So, on October the 31st, 1992, BBC broadcast Ghostwatch. What's the matter, Greg?
Scary.
A bit spooky, innit? The BBC broadcast... Shh! Did you hear something? That was me talking.
Oh, was it? Yeah, sorry.
October the 31st, 1992, the BBC broadcast Ghostwatch, which...
Ghostwatch?
Ghostwatch, Greg, yeah. Had the nation in hysterics.
Did it?
Yes.
Why?
Because everybody thought it was a real broadcast.
The programme we're about to watch is a unique live investigation of the supernatural. It contains material which some viewers may find to be disturbing.
There were lots of complaints about the fact that it was very, 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 very scary, Greg. Do you want to have a look at a bit?
Show me,
and see
Jason.
why we all thought it was real?
Really?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Okay.
So the acting wasn't up to scratch, really, was it? Theirs, not mine.
Oh, sorry.
Apart from Mike Smith, who was fantastic, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, jumped at the chance. Actually, so did I, because we've both been interested in ghosts and that weird sort of stuff. And to be honest, I could never have sat at home tonight on my own and watched this programme. I'm safer here.
So along with Mike Smith, the other presenters were his wife, Sarah Green, who's performing...
Going live.
Exactly, going live, which was another one of the set of complaints that people made about the programme. Because they used Mike Smith and Sarah Green, who were on children's TV at the time, parents thought that it might be safe for their kids to watch. So a lot of children tuned into it. And it was only on just after the watershed as well. So there you go, there's a little tidbit about it, Greg. But Sarah Green's performance wasn't quite as good as Mike Smith's. Main host was Michael Parkinson, and the outside broadcast host was, what's his name? Craig Charles.
Later on, we're going to be interviewing the medium who tried unsuccessfully to exorcise the house behind me. I wonder who's heard from Elvis lately. However, with me is Pam Early, the mum of the house. Hello, Pam. And she's going to be taking us through the whole spine-tingling story. And after that, you can share with us your own supernatural experiences on our very own Halloween switchboard.
In reality, Greg, the whole thing was filmed months before it was broadcast, not live. The outside broadcast bits were filmed at a different time to the studio bits, and then they were played into the studio to make it all look live. So it was a complete fabrication. It was loosely based on the Enfield hauntings. Do you know that story, Greg?
No.
That was recently made into a drama on Sky, but there was a family in London, quite a famous story in the late 70s, early 80s, who were supposedly haunted by poltergeist, and the police were involved, and there was a big investigation into it. It was in all the papers, and that Ghostwatch was loosely based on that story.
Can I ask a question about Ghostwatch?
Go for it, Greg.
Was it perceived to be Was it perceived to be a real life thing?
Yes.
So it was. So
lots of people thought it was real, and that was the big problem with it. That was the controversy. At no point did the BBC say this isn't real. They said that they made it clear. I mean, if you watch it to the end and you watch the titles, it says written by, and it's got all the writers and stuff like that, and then it becomes more apparent. However, when you're watching it all the way through, at no point did they say this is not real. They were giving out a phone number to phone. It was the old 081 811 8181 phone number.
The going live phone number.
And people who phone that were supposed to hear a recorded message that says, thanks for phoning, you haven't been charged, this is not a real programme, it's just a piece of entertainment. However, it was that popular, the phone lines broke down, so nobody ever got that recorded message, and because the phones were always engaged, that added to the fuel that people thought it was all real.
Oh.
Hello?
Yes?
Hello, am I on?
Yes, you're on BBC One's Ghostwatch. Now, what do you want to tell me about?
We've got this big glass table. My husband just rested one finger on it and it exploded. Glass everywhere. His face and hands were cut. There's blood on the wallpaper. The ambulance has just gone. My children are frightened. Why are you doing this?
Now, look, I'm sure your children are in shock. I also want to say I think it's high time probably that your kids were in bed. I mean, it is past the 9 o'clock watershed, isn't it?
So as the pace built for the programme, Greg, things started to happen and got scarier and scarier, up to the point at the end of the film where Sarah Green was captured by the ghost and all mayhem broke loose in the studio. And it was at the point that Michael Parkinson got possessed that you'd think we'd have finally thought, surely this isn't real. But it was Michael Parkinson, Greg.
Everyone believed Parky, didn't they?
Exactly. And at that point where Parky was possessed, we were so scared we all turned it off, and what we missed was the end credits that told you all the names of the actors, of the children, who it was written by, and so forth.
Have you got them credits, Jason?
I have, yes. I'm going to play it in from the end where Sarah Green gets captured and all havoc is breaking loose in the studio. And you'll be able to see just why we were so enthralled by it and thought it was real, because it all looks like it could really happen, doesn't it, Greg?
Yes, Jason.
Get off me! Susie. Take it now. No one's gonna hurt you. You're safe.
Sarah? Sarah?
People are leaving the studio now. Lights are in this studio, this totally deserted studio. Autocue's working. Round and round the garden like a teddy bear.
Didn't believe that story, but what I said was, did you?
As we're here in this haunted location, Greg, on Halloween, I thought it would be a good idea to have a look at some of the... Was that a drip?
I think so.
To have a look at some of the scariest ghosts caught on tape on YouTube. Real ghosts caught on tape.
I'm not very good with this, Jason.
Let's have a look at some, shall we?
Okay.
Here's the first one. So this is CCTV footage, Greg, in a hotel. This lady is sat in some kind of dining area, and she hears a chair move behind her on its own. You'll see that in the footage, it just moved there. So she's a little bit spooked, but she carries on. But then she's on the phone and all of a sudden something else happens. Watch this, Greg. There, that chair moved on its own. Now watch as she goes to make a run for the door what happens, Greg. She's a little bit scared. She's going to make a run for it, get out of that place, as anyone would. And half the furniture barricades the doorway. And she is knocked unconscious.
Yeah, I think that was staged.
Do you?
I don't think that could have happened. I mean, well, who knows?
Do you want
Who
to see
knows?
the next one, Greg?
Yeah, do it.
So this footage, Greg, was supposedly from CCTV from an office block in Manchester somewhere. And the security guards were supposedly flicking through the cameras, checking everything was okay. And these are the kind of things that they saw. Chairs moving on their own, Greg.
Fishing wire?
Hun? Fishing.
Before you even ask,
Yeah.
fake.
Fake.
Oh,
Do you really think so?
that's. I mean, of all of them,
I've got to say I agree with you, Greg.
my turn.
Go on then, Greg.
Now, we might have to give a bit of a warning about this one.
Right.
Um,
A bit scary.
well, there's kids watching it, so I don't want them, frightened. So, cover your eyes, kids. Brace yourself. Jason, I know you get a little bit scary about things like this as well. So,
What is it we're going to see here, Greg?
well, I think it's the most. If you're talking about realistic, and let's because the last ones have been a bit fake, haven't they? That this is where it gets a bit real now. So,
Right.
since it's Halloween, let's end on a scary one, eh?
Should we have a look?
Go for it.
That was a Vine by Jake Flood, wasn't it, Greg?
A what?
A Vine. Little 6-second video. Comedy video. Wasn't a real ghost, was it, Greg?
No, Jason. Don't want to do my joke now, Jason.
Why not?
It's Halloween, isn't it?
Mm.
Come up with a Halloween joke, Jason.
Go for it, Greg.
Are you ready, Jason?
Yeah.
Jason, have you heard about the vampire bicycle that's going around biting people?
No, Greg, I haven't heard about the vampire bicycle that's going around biting people.
Apparently, it's a vicious cycle.
We hope you've enjoyed our Halloween episode of... What have you got there, Greg?
I've had some Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Popping candy.
Where did you find that, Greg?
I'm not telling you.
Why not?
I'm just not telling you.
Okay. We hope you've enjoyed our Halloween edition, and we'll see you again on Tea and Toast.